a lot of the movement, I think, are going to be just ambience.
Right.
So if they're talking, I would say one of them might just at some point randomly go down to his trough or something.
He's going to sing a low note and he goes, widow.
I think the animator is going to answer a lot of those questions just by looking at the staging and saying, okay, just to keep the ambience, just to keep the stage alive.
Sure.
This one needs to be doing this, and this one every once in a while needs to be itching his head.
But you realize we need those answers before we start building the guys. The reason why I'm asking that question, as you look at that neck, you know, you got this goosey thing.
Yeah.
So the Universal won't do all of that. So to make it round out the rest of the way, you know, you bend part of the pipe. Figure you do conduit, and you get the conduit bender, and you know you can put a 5-degree on it right there, and just get that little bit of extra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the problem now is if you bend all the way down, it's just weird. It doesn't look natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he needs to straighten out a little bit as he's going down.
Exactly. So that's where I'm coming from asking these questions.
Well, why don't we? This is a prototype that may or may not end up in the show.
True.
And what we'll do, we'll have 3 camels. Why don't we just kind of go for the gusto here as far as the neck goes, and go for both motions.
Right.
And you know, we'll see.
Right, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But where was I going with this? If we choose that, oh shoot, you know, we really don't want that little bend in it.
Yeah.
Then you just
don't
replace
put it in.
that part of the frame. It's not that big a deal.
Either that, or we just don't use that particular motion of them.
Well, on that particular one, yes,
Yeah.
that is correct. Or you don't do it all the way down.
And you know, we won't know how unnatural it looks until we see it.
True.
Because who knows? Maybe if his head tilts as his neck is going, it won't look all that strange.
Right.
Maybe it just works.
Well, where I'm coming at with some of these questions is that you're absolutely right. Maybe this, maybe that. But the things that we can think of, it's good to discuss because there's a lot of things we're not thinking of.
Yeah.
And just by trying to flesh some of these out, other ideas come to us, and then we can start realizing, the more we know in advance about what they're going to do, the better off we're going to be.
I could try. When do you want to start building the frame? Because I can try to script one of the.
At this point, we've got Catherine coming in next Friday.
Yes.
So I will probably take this to next level. All right, and get the motors on order. They won't be here till roughly then. So my focus is going to be more possibly getting ready for that, and then also pumping you for more information on each character, how they might move. Have you thought about ears? Have you thought about eye twitches? Yeah. Catherine's going to have input to that. So all of that's still going to be in flux. But the more we can think about it up front, the better position we're going to be to answer those questions and to learn what she's going to be coming up with her next round.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. So by next Friday, I'll try to have some scripting for you for one of the camels. It's so arbitrary right now,
I'm
it's
with
almost
you,
like
I don't need to know that this camel is going to 2 minutes into the show he's going to do this and stick out his tongue.
Right.
What I really need to know is we want one of the camels to stick out their tongue. We want another camel to be able to do an ooh. Yeah. Another, the other two can just do the jaw. We want at least one of the camels where the eyeballs roll around, but the others just have eyelids. We want somebody to be able to move their ears. It's all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm still asking basic questions. I'm not asking how far the ears need to move.
Yeah.
Do they move like this apart? Do they move, like this? Do they move in tandem? Do they move like this?
I think more than the script, it's going to take me just watching YouTube, watch what others have done with animatronics, watching some Disney stuff, maybe watching some real life stuff.
Sure.
And just see, okay, that'll be nice. That we don't need.
Right.
And just maybe start to kind of flesh out what we want for one of them.
And, just come up with the ideas of what you think you may want. And you can change it later.
Yeah.
If after they're built, you can still change it. It just costs more, time and money.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to push you a little bit on, does any animal do it?
Yeah.
And which animal?
Yeah.
And then what kind of motion?
Those little movements, like the ear, like the occasional tail, just kind of, those are the kinds of things that are going to sell the show, I think. So even more so than the big swoops.
Yeah.
I think I think we're going to build some of those in. Like, I'd like to see, even when a conversation's happening over here, I'd like to see a bird flap its wings just like he's stretching
Right.
out. That kind of thing is going to help too. But I think more than anything, just the little ears and the looks and stuff.
Right.
You know, the presidents again are a good model for us, because you have a speech going on. And there's 3 different speeches during that show, and just to watch the other presidents during that speech, it's remarkable. A lot of programming and thought and animation has gone into that, because there's just little natural leg crosses.
Oh, sure.
And it's
Sure.
it's wonderful.
A yawn and who knows what. Yeah.
Yeah, and then someone might even look over, just little creative elements.
Sure.
That I think are really great. So, hey, I'll start to think about that.